Turn it to my only private. Swear like she don't got the answers. Who's the boss? I feel like Tony Danza. Walk up in it like I got the swag. What kind of swagger? I'm the blackest panther. Wakanda. Y'all are wasting our time. I spend it, but I ain't wasting a dime. Might do some favors, but I ain't breaking my spine. Your girl has been calling for days. I get in all different ways. That New Orleans parades. Yeah, we like. None of my people are patient. We live like we on a vacation. Get no invitation. Y'all all with it and y'all talk a lot, but y'all ain't got the heart to do the mission. I'm hard-headed like the juggernaut, but there ain't nothing I could do to listen. I'm authentic and I walk around like I just ate, but let you do the dishes. I'm Clark Kent, but mix the Autobots and mix with everything that you've been missing. Please get back and don't get that involved. Freaking sick.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They go play action here on first down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know is that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Carr. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Carr. They'll roll him out right. Cooper's got him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 57 yards. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Caught by Nelson left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Carr to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because...
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is, still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they can look at it positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And the pitch goes to Mixon. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On third down, Barrett. And that is incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on fourth down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And now Oakland ready to take the field. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Vigil. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
White Monday down. 185. Well, Dumbo.
Play action. Now it's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On play action, now Carr. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 32 that time. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 23. To throw his car. And that's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And his pass incomplete. He was looking to get it into his receiver, Cooper, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Again, it's Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So naturally they will decline it. They got the 1st down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the 1st down through hard work and effort anyway? 1st down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Powering his way forward. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him up the middle. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. Throwing here, Barrett. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And Bullock will put this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Carr now to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
6-18.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that play was vintage Derek Johnson. Made a play in the backfield. In college, he did as an outside linebacker. Used speed to get to the backfield. Now, a bulked-up inside linebacker with multiple Pro Bowls on his resume.
Barrett now on second down, being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. 20. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. He got 29 yards that time. Carr now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Now Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Flex round! Six guard! Check 6 guard! Begin! Hot! Check. Motion to backfield. Hot!
And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Josh Gordon, 85 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr, blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Vigil in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Well, Dumbo. White. 6:37.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr, eluding the pressure right. Lets it go for Nelson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. Back to Mixon on 1st down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There's absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Ohio.
On 2nd down, Barrett. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Josh Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Carr now over 200 yards already in this 1st half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's brought down. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing now is Carr. Michael Johnson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Shotgun now for Carr. To the right side and complete to Washington. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types. is they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
This is caught, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy lift come in from the offense.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Bengals have recovered it. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Barrett on play action. And this is going to be incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's fielded at the 45. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that point.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Vigil in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And complete right side to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
29.
Carr now on 1st down. Letting one fly deep and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trey Boston. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Cooper was the target there. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Looking to throw on second down. Barrett, he's going to rifle one deep left side. Delvin Breaux with a pick. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
To throw on third down, Carr. And that's caught by Smith. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on third.
Express.
Now Carr again. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Bengals getting set to go. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
4 down. Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Well, a carry for Bernard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Flex round. Ohio.
To throw on second down. Barrett. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now Barrett. And the grab by Croft. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Carr now on first down. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The final shot here before half for Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Trey Boston. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A handoff to Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Barrett to throw. Steps away to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Carr. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that.
Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Carr to throw again. The quick slant caught. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run it with Morris. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Alfred Morris, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Ohio! Ohio!
Here's a give to Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barrett, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the Bengals on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the shotgun, here's Barrett to Mixon on the check down. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they will take a 7-point lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by George Iloka. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now they run with Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Again, it's Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And Bullock will put this one through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Mixon with it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And the Bengals on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Ohio! Ohio! Hut!
Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 53 yards. On first down, Carr. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Again, it's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Carr going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by George Iloka. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah. Ty Detmer.
He was with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
Ohio! Ohio! 3 down. Hey, check.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
To throw is Barrett. On the screen, Bernard. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Throwing on third and long. Barrett buying time to his left. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the fourth. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. They run. Morris. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Yeah, he's got it. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be third down. Now Bernard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And a loss of 3 to bring up fourth.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Morris now looking to throw on second down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Now Carr. And he finds Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
694.
On first, here's Washington. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Carr throwing on second down. Oh no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Even with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Martavis Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tavecchio now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. to throw again. Barrett dancing to his left. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. They'll run with Mixon. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Single receiver. Ohio! Ohio! We got three. Let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Here's Barrett on play action. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Back to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Flex round! Flex round!
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
He's back to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll look to throw. He drops it off for Bernard. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Barrett. Underneath, this is Bernard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Ohio! Ohio!
Barrett looks to throw on first. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. If he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Flex round!
Back to the air on second down. Barrett being chased out left. He's to the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
Flex round! Flex round!
Working out of the gun, it's Barrett. Steps away to his left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. First carry for Doug Martin, the 2-time Pro Bowler in Tampa. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Oakland, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
thicker the pie, thicker the ply, thicker the bag. Meet them a bite, now listen no beamer, I'm Brian O'Connor, I'm driving it fast. They were just hating cause they in the way, and the way been made it, the is mad. Man in them baggins, I'm all in my bag. Well, I ain't holding around, just a little Merlin, out the cutie. Now I don't give a. Tell me why I would on the rose bar couch in my bag. Bands in my denim. In my denim, she was trying to for a doubt. She don't give a. She was in her bag, Fendi and some lane. Asked for a burger, watch in the front seat of the fouled out J. We living so wild like Nas. When she was on vacation, we was on roll like tires. Where we gon' laugh? I'm in my bag like I'm in my bag, my. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing the check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the beef. One of them all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, Flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. Y'all in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm Love Flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis, really running the best. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Car moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
So what you want? Every day I struggle with it. Only God could tell me slipping. I'm infinitely big through the Genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days. Throw your get money. Quiet storm, have a thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, Ole Green is the I'm a player on the late night tip. So the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog, check the skull. Ignorant. Can I live? Still film it. Kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac. Grave digger.
Money over my headstone. Here lies young getting paid, but never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. Time to gang 3 times on my headstone. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already lived. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You a shook one, breathe and know the ledge. I'm your. What's that? I smell. Let me count my. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a. Here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my. Strictly for my. Survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I'm in deep cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing like this is my death certificate. I gave you power, 21 questions like who the warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess who's back on my block? Rather unique. Bucktown. This. On that quiet storm, out of New York with a pitchfork. Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yeah, making these dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame, name, fame.